Shalom to my brothers and sisters who are in the body of the Messiah, known as the bride of the Lamb, and shalom, shalom to the scattered Hebrew Israelites who are throughout the four corners of the earth, who are the bride of Yahuwah. And Yahuwah is the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom. So my brothers and sisters, it's only right that I give you a full explanation of what's going on with the calendar. Because, in past times, I'm usually pretty good at getting the calendar up so you can have on hand, so you can be aware of the holy days and holy feast days and other biblical events. But unfortunately, things is not working out as I planned, because I went to one of my sites I go to for resources to make sure I have all the dates correct, such as for your new moon days and things. And on this particular site, as you see here, this is known as When is the New Moon? Okay, and that website is whenisthenewmoon.com. And on this site, it's saying that Israel may be adding their 13th month. And let me scroll down here. In this report, they also give you the report about the equinox. Okay. So they may be adding a 13 month. I'm not for sure. I want to confirm this. And I also want to make sure that this year aligns up to the cycle that Enoch gave us, when the heavens will produce an extra moon. It does happen. The heaven will produce a 13th moon. And the reason why this is all important, we have to make sure we keep Passover in the right season. Which means that everything has to line up. The heavens and the earth. Okay. And what I mean by that, your barley crop has to be ready for harvest, because your sheep weight offering on that day, on the sheep weight offering day, you must present an omer of the barley harvest, and it has to be right to the high priest. And that occurs on Abib 16th. Also, you have to be in the right season to keep the feast of unleavened bread, known as Passover. So it must be in the spring season. So the heaven and the earth has to align, and there's certain signs that is portrayed in the heavens and in the earth to confirm unto us when is the correct time to keep Passover, which is known as the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me. A lot has been going on in my life. Unfortunately, I don't have my records on hand. When I say records, I mean my paper records. I'm going to have to go back and dig in my electronic records to see what cycle of the moon we are in. And what I mean by that, again, the heavens will produce an extra moon, and it does it 7 times in a 19-year cycle. Okay. Enoch talked about this. I think it's in 1st or 2nd Enoch. But for those who observe the heavens, you would know what I'm talking about. And I went to renewmoon.com to verify this. They haven't mentioned anything about a 13th month being added. So I just want to make sure before I put this calendar up. So this is my phone, just let me know my battery's getting low. So as you can see, I was working on the calendar. I was hoping I can get it up tonight, but I got to make sure, my brothers and sisters, and I do apologize. Now, let me explain why this is taking so long. A lot has been going on in my life, and for those who have not seen my past videos. So I had lost a lot of my things that I use to do videos. Okay. So I'm slowly getting back on my feet. And then my papers, I don't have access to my original papers, but I did make copies of my papers of the calendar, but I have to go back and dig and verify a couple other things, especially if we have a 13th moon for the year of 2017 to 2018. I have to go and verify that. So I do apologize, but these things are out of my hands. For those who personally know me, you know why I don't have these things. Let me just be upfront with you. Because of my husband and I not being no longer together, he has a lot of my personal possessions, which he would not give unto me. So I'm doing the best I can, because when we were together, I had like a laptop to work with, and I had my paper records where I could quickly look this stuff up and verify and make sure, but I do not have these things now. So, and then also I'm starting all over again. In other words, jobless, homeless, just starting all over again. So this is what's going on with me. This is why things are taking a little longer to get, the calendar up. And then also recently I was in a motor vehicle accident too. So when all these things hit me at the same time, I do apologize, because I try to get these things up, because these things are very important unto us to keep these holy days as our Father commanded us. Thank the Most High that we have the new covenant now, because the new covenant cover us for when things happen that's out of our control. So most importantly, what the Father wants us to do on these holy days, he wants to keep a memorial. He wants us to pull the Bible out and study the biblical events that relates to these holy days, from the Old Testament to the Apocrypha and to the New Testament. So again, my brothers and sisters, I do apologize, because I was working on this calendar for you, but I cannot put it out until I verify that these things are correct. And I understand if you go to another source, I have no problems with that, because what this YouTube page is set up for, it is to teach you how to keep a record of the calendar. So therefore, you don't become dependent on someone else. That is one of the purpose of the YouTube channel I put up. It is to teach you how to keep a record of the calendar yourself, so you won't get dependent on others. Therefore, you won't be lost, and you know how to go forth. Okay? All right. Love you all. Continue to preach the gospel that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Make sure the people receive salvation as written in Romans chapter 10, and baptize them in the name of Yahushua HaMashyach. For the Lamb set the example of the water and Holy Spirit baptism, and the apostle continued them both. Because what was done in the old is also done in the new. As King Solomon has written in the book, that is nothing new underneath the sun. All right, Shalom. And do you know who's that peace that's with you? Think about it. Matthew chapter 28, verse 20.